I'm sure you here because you love photos as much as I do. One of the best ways to share your memories is by paging through a photo book because they get to tell a story. You get to leave a legacy and be creative at the same time. Today, I'm going to walk you through creating a simple Canva photo book step by step, and along the way, I'll share some of my expert tips. And if you enjoy practical step-by-step guidance like this, you can subscribe to the Photo Manager's channel for more videos on organizing and preserving your photos. I'm Natasha Lee, and I'm a certified photo manager and photo book designer and have been doing this for the past 20 years. I own a photo book company in South Africa. I am so excited that I get to help people every day turn their photo collections into curated and thought out photo books where you get to tell the stories about weddings and celebrations and yearbooks and travel and all kinds of things that you would like to share with your friends in one of the best ways that I feel possible. So I'm going to help walk you through the basic photo book Canva design so you can see what's possible even if you're brand new to this. And there are so many different ways of designing photo books, but Canva is my tool of choice. It is super easy to use. You don't need much experience. It's an online program, so you can work anywhere. It's filled with stunning templates, so even if you're not creative, you can have the most beautiful photo books. And you may have used Canva before, because a lot of people use Canva for many, many different things. So before we jump in, I'm curious, have you ever tried to make photo books with Canva before, or is this going to be your first one? Let us know in the comments below. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a Canva photo book step by step using some of my own tips. Let's get started and take a look at how to do this. Okay, so first of all, you need to go to canva.com and create an account for yourself. When you do that, will see that you're faced with a choice of a free or a pro account. And personally, I do recommend the pro account for photo books because you can use the resizing feature. You can use no download size limit, and there are a lot more templates. So those are pretty beneficial for photo books, but you can make do with the free account with a few workarounds. So you've decided where you're going to print your book. You need to make sure that you get the right size for that printer. So instead of going here and looking for a template for a photo book immediately, we are going to choose custom size and input the size of photo book according to our printer's specs. So in South Africa, an A4 is a 305 by 218 at the printer that I use. And that will now open a document that size on our design screen. If you have a quick look around Canva, you can see that over here, there's an active design screen. We can quickly give our project a name. So I'm going to call this our Holland photo book. And then I need to go and look for a template. So moving over to the left-hand side, the first column is, the first item is templates, elements, etc. But we're going to look at the templates. And I would like to have a look at travel photo books and see what options show up. And underneath what is displayed immediately is an entire collection of professionally, beautifully created photo books where you can choose what kind of style you would like to use and look like a pro from the beginning. So one thing you need to look out for is that if it does have a little pro crown on, that means that is a paid template and you need the pro subscription for that. So for today's workshop, I'm going to choose a free template, and this is a fun and funky one because I'm going to be doing a holiday that had youngsters on it. So I click OK and then apply to all pages to bring that into my design screen. And you will see that it begins to immediately adjust that template to the correct size for my printer. One way to have a look at all those 22 pages, if you look down in the bottom right, is the grid view, one of my favorite things. Here you can have a look at all the different pages, and this is where you would change the sequence of the album if that's what you wanted to do. And then to get back to a page, you simply double click on the design. Now we are ready to add some images to our photo books. On the left hand side, we scroll down until we come to the upload screen. And at this point, we click uploads, and wherever your uploads are located on your computer, where you've sorted things out already, we can choose the first amount of images and bring them in. I don't like to bring in too many at a time, but what you'll see is that they begin to populate going from the bottom to the top. So I now have the images that I need on the left-hand side, with the first ones being closest to the bottom. So now we are ready to begin replacing the design with our own personal images. So this is the cover of our book, and generally the cover is really important. So it's very easily editable. If I just double click into the text place here, I can write my own heading, and every little element is purely customizable. So if I want that to all be on one line, I can just use the bounding boxes. If I'd like to change the color of the font, what you'll see is that as soon as you click on an element, some options open above, and they all pertain to the element that you clicked on. So if you're on the text box, you can change the fonts, you can change the color of the font, you can change the size of the font. What I recommend when you're starting initially is try to stick as close to the template as possible, because they have been put together by professional designers. So we have a new title, and I'm going to call this a trip to retrace the footsteps of our Dutch ancestors, which was a trip that we took. And here I would like this text not to be so widely spaced. And as I mentioned, you can easily edit any aspect of the template. If there's something that you don't like, for example, if you don't want this tape, you can remove that tape. Every element is editable. Okay, now we are ready to add some images to our design. So on the left-hand side, we scroll down to our uploads and we look for a fantastic image for the cover. Cover images are really important. So here I've chosen an image that had the whole group of us that were on this particular holiday. And as you can see, it's really easy to just drag and place your pictures into the different image blocks. I'm just busy fiddling around here, deciding that I would like to include some bits and pieces of detail on the cover. So that's a really famous building in the Netherlands, and that looks cool. A little bit of a postcard, and I think I want to add another one of these blocks that I'm just going to position over here. So as you can see, the templates are fully customizable, and that's one of the things I love about being able to design with Canva, that I can make something unique to every single client. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'm ready to move on to the next page. This is the opening page of my book, and I'm actually, let me just have a look at these pages. Yeah, I actually would like to put in the story to start with. So what I did do when I was getting my mind ready for this photo book was that I found, I did some planning, and generally I make myself a Word document that's got any text that I feel I'm going to use in my design, so that when I need to, I can just copy and paste from that document. So that's all about being sort of really prepared, so that when you get into Canva, you're more efficient. So yeah, Okay, this is a bit too long, so I'll just include the first part of our sentence. There you go. And this was my mother's dream. Okay, and I'm going to just continue with day one. Day one, we took the Eurostar over, so that's that part of the story. And then we got out at Central Station, and then I generally would go back to my Word document, and I would, take the next little bit of information and bring it back into Canva. Copy and paste. So this makes work really, really quick. Yeah, I'm really liking the look of that. And I'm just going to carry on working until I get to the end of the book. Just a couple of observations. If there were some elements that I'd like to add, like a travel stamp, for example, I can go across to the Elements tab, and that is like things like clip art or stock photos. And for example, I might want to add in an Amsterdam travel stamp. Let me see what shows up. Graphics means clip art. So, here you go. Love this. I think I'm going to bring that into the cover and add that onto here, but it's not that easy to read. Luckily, that is an editable element. A really cool thing, which I just want to point out, is this dropper, where you can grab your dropper and any part of the picture, you will be able to pick a color to add into your elements, which I really enjoy. So let me just see if there's another, something a bit darker, I think, that I can grab. Yes, there you go. And one overriding thing which I found in the Netherlands was that orange is their color. So I'm going to add, yes, an orange background. I feel that is a little bit more Dutch for me. And I am pretty happy with the beginning of my story. Once you get to the end of the book, remember that, you need to start on an even number. So this is your cover, this is your single opening page, and then double pages. And when you get to the end, it's a single end. And the back cover, provided you're doing a photo book with single pages, or maybe you have an album with double, so you need to consider that. And when you are ready to send this book for print, you simply go to the share button. And I mentioned earlier that for printing, the resolution is very important. So we click on the downloads button and you are faced with a number of choices. If you have the free version, this will be the size limitation. Some people feel that that's okay. Personally, I like to be able to put this to the maximum resolution. And with a click, I have all the JPEGs of my design ready to send to the print company or to upload into their print software. Okay, so simply that photo book will be available as a zip folder in your downloads. And as you can see, I have the pages ready to upload into the photo book software for printing. One thing I really do love about Canva photo books is that you can also share the design as a movie, which is really great for uploading to Facebook and sharing with others. Okay, what I've showed you was a great way to get started making your own photo books, but now let's take a look at a few examples of books that I have designed for my clients. So let's take a little look. What you'll be able to see here is this was a memoir written by one of my clients, and using predominantly Canva templates, I was able to take the words that she had put down and beautifully unfold a story with details of the family, photos, headings so that people don't lose the information. You can see I've chosen a very clean style. It's important not to clutter or have too many different texts throughout the book. There needs to be a sort of a cohesive look and feel. But what I do love about Canva is that you can take those existing templates and you are able to personalize them to the needs of either your clients or your own family histories. I absolutely love this example where you can see a family tree, and then we look at the fourth and fifth generations, third generations, second generations. It's really lovely to have each child, the dates, all the important milestones, and you can see here how the story begins to unfold. This was a retirement gift for Ntembu. And so what we have here is, a lot of the company's corporate logos, as well as photos collected from all different cameras, and messages as well from people in the company. Beautiful photos. What a memory for a retirement gift. This is somebody's life story where you cover everything from when they are born, how their love story begins, the getting married, the honeymoon, the person's career made of newspaper clippings, and then, as you can see, life progresses and the story begins to unfold. I really, really enjoyed working on this Polish ambassador's life story. And here we have another holiday travel photo book. Love it when you have holidays where I normally take the Facebook posts and include the text as well as the photos to give a really good story of how a holiday unfolded. Photo books can have such a variety of numbers of images, different amounts of information. Each one is customizable, and that is what Canva is really, really brilliant for. Okay, so now that you've seen our step-by-step Canva photo book process, you might be thinking, wow, this is so exciting, and really look forward to doing it yourself. Or you might be thinking, actually, that's not something I really like to do myself, and you'd rather hand that over to a pro. Well, if you're the photo keeper in your family and you enjoy projects like this, you might love the Photo Keepers Club by the Photo Managers. It's a supportive online community for do-it-yourselfers who want to organize, preserve, and turn their photos into something meaningful to share with friends and family. And check below for the link to learn more. And if you'd rather have a pro make your books for you, you can find a certified photo manager through the Photo Managers directory, and they can help you create the photo book that tells your story. The link to the pro directory is in the video description below as well. So, whether you want to do it yourself or work with a professional, creating a photo book is one of the best ways to bring your photos to life, to get them out of those hard drives and out into the hands of people you love so that you can share your story and it can be preserved for many years to come. And if you like more videos like this, subscribe to the Photo Managers channel. Thank you for watching.